This has absolutely devastated Toby's entire family. His parents, his siblings, his cousins, his aunts, his uncles. I mean, this has just thrown a wrench into their entire lives.
OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney now faces a civil lawsuit from the parents of the boyfriend she's accused of killing. I'm Angenette Levy, and thanks for joining us here on Law and Crime. The parents of Christian Obumseli have filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Courtney Clenney, the owners of the condominium complex where they lived, and the security company that provided security there. You may recall Clenney was charged last year with second-degree murder for stabbing Obumseli to death in their Florida condo in April of 2022. She claims that she acted in self-defense. The suit claims negligence on the part of First Service Residential, the One Paraiso Condominium Association, and Universal Security Services for failing to provide a safe environment and not properly training employees. Kim Wald represents Toby Obumseli's parents in the suit.
If you own a piece of property, if you run a piece of property, if you run a business in Florida, you have duties that come along with that obligation of running a business. And in this context, if you are a property owner and you know that crime is reasonably foreseeable on your property. And in this case, we have multiple instances, not only of criminal activity in general, but specific criminal activity between Ms. Clenney and Toby. If you know that you have this violent criminal on your property, you know that you have all of these horrible things happening on your property, you have a duty to protect your residents, including Toby. And unfortunately, we did not see that in this case. We know that the property management company, we know the security company was on 100% notice of this toxic, volatile relationship and did absolutely nothing to protect Toby.
The suit is seeking a minimum of $50,000 in damages. Courtney Clenney worked as an OnlyFans model before her arrest, but she's currently jailed awaiting trial. She hasn't worked in months.
We know that Ms. Clenney does have assets. Do we anticipate that she'll attempt to hide or move around those assets so that they're not available to the family? Unfortunately, we do think that that's going to be a reality, but we know she has assets and she obviously is accountable for these actions as well. And we will be doing whatever we can to recover those assets on behalf of the family because of this horrible thing that she did to Toby.
Courtney Clenney claims self-defense in the stabbing. So what if she is successful and is found not guilty of that second-degree murder charge at trial?
And, it's a really unfortunate reality that when you see a toxic relationship between a man and a woman, you assume that the woman is the victim. But here, if you look at those videos, if you look at the reality, the facts and the evidence are 100% on our side. She was not the victim. She was the aggressor. We know what she did to Toby. This was not self-defense. This was a volatile woman who was completely unstable and brutally murdered Toby for really no reason whatsoever.
I've contacted the companies being sued and Courtney Clenney's lawyer for comment on the suit. So far, I haven't heard back. For Law and Crime, I'm Angenette Levy.